Hello and welcome to the Politickr Market Wrap. Let's take a look at the political stocks making headlines on Intrade for the second week of July. All political stories pale in comparison to the news out of Alaska. When Alaska Governor Sarah Palin announced on the 4th of July that she was resigning as governor, her stock price for the 2012 Republican nomination plummeted on Intrade, as you can see in this graph, down to around 6.5, her lowest level in months. That may have been in part due to reports like the one from Andrea Mitchell that she was leaving politics entirely. But as Keith Thompson reported in Huffington Post, her stock price the next day rebounded 50%, and as you can see, it's now up to 13, so a complete rebound from Palin, from where she was the day she announced her resignation as governor. Intrade, meanwhile, has launched 3 other Palin-related stocks. Traders can now invest in whether Palin will host her own TV show, which is now trading at 11%, and whether Palin will be indicted, and whether she'll formally announce a run for president. And as you can see, that's trading around 80, but both of those stocks are trading so far in very light volume. Just as Palin's political fortune improved this week on Intrade, even though she still trails Romney, Jindal, Pawlenty, Gingrich, and Huckabee for the Republican nomination on Intrade, the news out of South Carolina for embattled Governor Mark Sanford was also better this week on Intrade. As you can see, the contract for Sanford to depart was trading at 12 in the last trade, which was down considerably from where it started the week, as you can see here. Before the Republican Party in South Carolina voted to censure Sanford on Monday, his stock had been up into the mid-20s, and of course it fell considerably after that, down to around 12, which is where it's trading now. So a good shorting opportunity still for those who believe Sanford can hold on to power. Obviously, a lot of money on the upside if you think he's still going to be forced to resign. Turning briefly now to other developments, the ABA gave its highest rating this week to Supreme Court nominee Sotomayor, who looks likely to cruise to confirmation. As you can see, she's trading at 95.6 now on Intrade, so not a lot of upside there. However, there is a contract on the confirmation of Sotomayor, so you can invest in the number of votes she'll receive in the Senate. So that'll be an interesting stock to watch over the coming months. Also, the news out of Illinois yesterday was that Roland Burris will not be seeking re-election in 2010. He's bailing out of that bid. So many of the pundits are saying that presents certainly a better opportunity for Democrats than they might have had under Burris. The last trade on Intrade was 73 for the Democratic Party to win that Senate seat. So that, of course, is a long way off, but it'll be an interesting thing to watch. Finally, a few stocks to watch in the coming week. As the healthcare debate continues to heat up in Congress, the Wall Street Journal reported this week that President Obama is open to a deal on the public healthcare option and will not necessarily draw a line in the sand when it comes to a full public option. So traders seem to think that the likelihood of a government-run plan has fallen. And as you can see here, it's now trading around 35 on Intrade, which is down roughly 5 points over the last week. Also, the government appears to be shifting its rhetoric somewhat in response to the imprisonment of 2 journalists in North Korea. That stock is now trading, that stock as to whether they'll be released by the end of the year, is trading around 35.1, which is its lowest level yet. Also, as protesters return to the streets in Iran, it'll be interesting to watch what happens with the Ayatollah departure stock on Intrade. That stock is now trading around 12, so if you think the protests will have a major impact that could be a big buying opportunity for you. And that'll do it for today's political prediction market wrap here at Politickr. Please follow us on Twitter at Politickr for your political prediction market updates, and check us out at our blog, politickr.blogspot.com.